I waited 15 years to get my revenge, and it was everything I imagined it to be. Mrs. Blackwood thought she was untouchable. Back when I was 12, she was the principal who expelled me for lying about what Coach Hendricks did in the equipment room. She called my parents, told them I was a troubled child seeking attention. When I tried to show them the bruises on my arms and legs, she convinced them I was self-harming for sympathy. Children like Violet make up elaborate stories, she said, using my full name like a weapon while sitting behind her massive oak desk. She needs serious psychological intervention, not validation of these harmful fantasies. My parents believed every word. The whole town did. Dad worked construction for the school district, and Mom cleaned houses for half the school board members. They couldn't afford to question the woman who controlled their livelihoods. Coach Hendricks kept his job for another decade, molesting God knows how many other kids before retiring with full honors and a pension. I spent my remaining school years in a different district, labeled as the troubled girl who couldn't be trusted around adults. But I remembered everything. How Mrs. Blackwood had smiled that cold smile when my parents signed the transfer papers with shaking hands. How she'd patted Coach Hendricks on the shoulder afterward, whispering that she'd handled the situation appropriately. How she'd filed a report claiming I needed intensive therapy for pathological lying and attention-seeking behaviors. I became a journalist specializing in institutional abuse cases. Spent 15 years building credibility, winning national awards, earning the trust of victims and whistleblowers, all while keeping meticulous track of Mrs. Blackwood's career as she climbed from principal to superintendent to school board president, leaving a trail of covered-up scandals behind her. Last month, I received a call from Zara, now 22 and finally ready to speak. She'd found my articles about abuse cover-ups in school systems and wanted to share her story about Coach Hendricks and Mrs. Blackwood's role in silencing her just 18 months earlier. Turned out, Mrs. Blackwood had been protecting predators and destroying victims for decades, all while maintaining her sterling reputation as a child advocate. I spent 3 weeks documenting everything with the precision of a surgeon, interviewed 17 former students who'd been silenced over the years, obtained hundreds of emails through public records requests that showed the systematic cover-ups, built an absolutely airtight case that would destroy her completely. The morning my article went live on the front page of 3 major newspapers, I sat outside the school board building with my laptop, watching Mrs. Blackwood arrive for what she didn't know would be her final meeting as an educator. Her phone started ringing before she reached the front doors. By noon, news vans surrounded the building like vultures. By evening, she'd resigned in complete disgrace, her career obliterated in less than 12 hours. When she walked to her car alone, shoulders slumped in defeat, I approached her in the empty parking lot. "Remember me?" I asked quietly. Violet Rodriguez, the pathological liar who needed psychological intervention. Her face went completely white as recognition dawned. She stammered something desperate about misunderstandings and being taken out of context, but I cut her off with a raised hand. "Your career is over forever. Every single victim you silenced now has a voice. Every predator you protected is being investigated. And unlike you, I actually have proof of everything." As she drove away completely destroyed, I finally felt something I'd been waiting 15 years to experience. Justice. Sweet, perfect justice.